Hi guys, welcome back. I'm Shelly and you're watching French for All. So this series is basically for the class 9 students, the series that I started previously. I'm going to show you the course content first for class 9. This is the course content. These are the following chapters that we're going to follow. There are 12 chapters in all, and in this video I'm going to explain the first chapter. So I'm going to explain the first chapter. The first chapter is La Famille, Leçon 1, La Famille. Alright, so let's get started. Alright, so this is the first page of the chapter. I hope you all have downloaded the PDF of the book. I already gave you the link. If you still have not downloaded the book, please download it. It'll be easier for you then. Alright, so the first chapter is La Famille. La Famille means the family. La is a definite article. I've already explained definite articles in the previous video. So the family. Alright, so Akanksha se présente. Akanksha presents herself. She says, Je m'appelle Akanksha, j'ai 16 ans, je suis au lycée. Voici mon frère Kunal, il a 17 ans, il est au lycée aussi. Now she says, I'm Akanksha, my name is Akanksha and I am 16 years old. I am in the lycée. Lycée is basically the high school in France. So students who are in class 11th or 12th grade, they are in lycée. That's called the lycée. That's the high school. And she says, Voici mon frère Kunal. Here's my brother Kunal. He is 17 years old. Il est au lycée aussi. That means he's also in the high school. Et toi, tu t'appelles Pauline? Tu as quel âge? Tu habites où? Tu es français? Now she's asking a few questions. She's asking to her friend. She says, and what about you? Are you Pauline? Is your name Pauline? What is your age? Where do you live? Tu habites où means where do you live? Tu es français? Are you French? And then she says, Notre père travaille à l'ambassade de Inde. Our father works in the Indian embassy à Paris, in Paris. Now, notre père, notre here is a possessive adjective. We've already done possessive adjectives in class 8, but I'll make a separate video of possessive adjectives, so you can check that. Alright. Notre mère est professeur de la musique classique indienne. Our mother is a professor of classical music, Indian classical music. Nos camarades de classe sont très sympas. Now, camarade is basically the companions. The companions of the class, our class companions, ils sont très sympas. Sympa is the short form of sympathique. You've already done this word in the previous classes. Sympathique means somebody who's very nice. Il est très sympathique, that means he's very nice. So all the friends are very nice. Now this is a little question that follows at the end of the page, which you can do on your own. Alright, the next page is here again. There's a little dialogue. Voici Ali et Nergis. Here is Ali and Nergis. Ils sont sénégalais. Now Senegal is again a place in France, so they are from Senegal. Leurs parents habitent à Dhaka au Sénégal. Their parents, they live in Dhaka at Senegal. Leur père est informaticien. Informaticien is basically somebody who is related to the computer industry or a computer analyst, you can say. Il travaille chez IBM. He works at the IBM. Now here are a few pictures and you are expected to create some dialogue out of it. I go on to the next page now. Yes. So now these are a few dialogues that are given. If you can see, I'll just read out the dialogues for you. Salut Max, salut Henry, ça va? Oui, ça va bien et toi? Super. Now this is a very informal way of talking in French. In French we have two ways of talking as we have in Hindi. One is a very formal way, which is with your elders or probably at office or with your teachers, and one is an informal way. So salut is a very informal greeting. It is amongst friends or people of the same age group. So they are talking to each other and they're just asking how they are feeling right now. The second dialogue is a very formal dialogue. Here it is, bonsoir ma chérie. Chérie means dear. So bonsoir is a salutation which means good evening. So good evening my dear. Un café, would you like to have a coffee? Bonsoir, oui, merci, c'est gentil. Good evening, yes, thank you. Merci means thank you. C'est gentil. Gentil means that's very kind of you. It's an expression which means it's very kind of you to have asked me for a coffee. All right. The third dialogue, Bonjour, Madame Bruno. Now, please look at this carefully. MME is the short form of Madame. All right. Bonjour, Madame Bruno. Bonjour, Monsieur Rosio. Comment allez-vous? Je vais très bien, merci. Et vous? Now, here, this is a formal talk, a formal conversation between two people. That is why instead of salut, bonjour is used. So they are talking to each other. She asks, how are you? And he says, I'm fine, thank you. What about you? In the fourth dialogue, bonne année à tous, à toutes. Now, bonne année is an expression which means happy new year. So, happy new year to one and all. À toutes et à tous means to one and all. All right. Fifth dialogue, au revoir. Au revoir, à mercredi prochain. Au revoir is a salutation which means goodbye, goodbye. À mercredi, mercredi means Wednesday. So Wednesday, prochain, prochain means next. So au revoir, à mercredi prochain means bye, see you next Wednesday. Now the last dialogue here, the sixth dialogue, excusez-moi, comment vous appelez-vous? Or comment vous vous appelez means what is your name? Je m'appelle Madame Morin. My name is Madame Morin. Et toi, tu t'appelles comment? Paul. Et toi means what about you? Tu t'appelles comment? What is your name? My name is Paul. Now, after that, at the end of this page, there are three more informations that are given. Ils se présentent sur l'internet. They present themselves on the internet. So the first presentation, here you can see, Salut, je m'appelle Vasu. Je suis indien, j'habite à Chennai, j'ai 13 ans, je parle hindi, anglais, tamil et un peu français. This is, hi, my name is Vasu, I'm an Indian, I live in Chennai and I'm 13 years old. I speak Hindi, English, Tamil and un peu français means little bit of French. Un peu means little bit. Bonjour, mon nom c'est Bond, James Bond, je suis de Londres, je suis anglais, je parle bien anglais, français et espagnol. Hello, my name is Bond, James Bond, I'm from London, I'm English, that means I belong to England, I speak very good English, French et espagnol. Espagnol is basically German, sorry, Spanish, espagnol. All right. Salut, je suis de Paris, mais je suis algérienne. I am from Paris right now, but I am an Algerian. Je parle français, I speak French, Arab, that is Arabic, et un peu allemand. Now, allemand is German. So he says, I speak little bit of German. Mes parents habitent en Algérie. My parents live in Algeria. And the name of the person is Amir Abdullah. All right. I hope you're getting the things right. Now, on the next page, this question says, Remplis la grille avec des éléments demandés et l'idée des messages. Remplis, if you can see, I'll show it to you again. Remplis means to fill. The verb is remplir. It is an IR verb which belongs to the second group. So fill the grid. La grille means the grid with the information that is given in the previous dialogue. So you just have to fill it. The heading is given nom et prénom. Now here you have to be a little careful. Nom et prénom. Prénom is your first name and nom is your surname. For example, if I say je m'appelle Shelly, my nom is, for example, if I say je m'appelle Shelly Mehra, my nom is Mehra. So nom is the surname and prénom is my name. That is Shelly, right? Then you have to fill the age, nationalité. For example, je suis indienne, so I'll put Indian. So this is the nationality. Then nom de ville. Nom de ville means the city that you belong to, like we belong to New Delhi. And then langue parlée. Langue parlée are the languages that you speak. Now, this is the most interesting part of this chapter, which is the La Famille Martin. This is the Martin family that they have described here. And in the center, if you can see, the word Denis Martin is given. Denis Martin 16 ans lycéen. So he's 16 years old and he is in the high school. And these are all the people who are around him. They are his relatives. As you can see, the red arrows that show are like le grand-mère, it's the grandmother, Madame Michelle Martin, 70 ans, 70 years old, professor de l'école, she's a professor at the school. Then père means father, Monsieur Renaud Martin, 14 43 ans, so 43 years old. Il est ingénieur, so he's an engineer. Madame Huette Martin, now this is the mother, la mère, the mother. Elle est 40 ans, she's 40 years old. Architect, she's an architect. Then cousine is Catherine Dubois. This is the cousin of Denis Martin. Il est 23 ans, she's 23 years old, and she's a pianist. Then the sister, the sœur of Denis Martin is Sylvie Martin. Elle est 13 ans, she's 13 years old, she's a collegian. Collegian is basically somebody who is in the middle school, or you can say maybe in 10th or 9th or 10th, right? So don't get confused with the word collegian as to somebody who studies in college, because the education system of France is different than the education system of India. In India, we have 10th and then we have 11th and 12th, which is the senior secondary. But in French, we have first college. When the students are in 10th, they go to college, and after 10th, they go to the lycée, which is the high school, where they do their 11th and 12th grade. So I'll explain the education system of France in some other video, so you can check out that. Now here the cousin again, Pierre Dubois. Pierre Dubois is the cousin of Denis Martin. Il est 25 ans, il est journaliste. He's 25 years old, he's a journalist. Then Madame Sophie Dubois, she's the tante. Tante means aunt, she's the aunt of Denis Martin. 50 ans, she's 50 years old. Elle est secrétaire, she's a secretary. Monsieur Marc Dubois, he is the oncle of Denis Martin. Il est 55 ans, 55 years old. Il est avocat, he's an advocate. And here, le grand-père, the grandfather of Denis Martin, Monsieur Guérond Martin, he is 75 ans, 75 years old. Il est médecin. Médecin is a doctor, right? So all the various family relatives are shown here along with their professions. And you can also make your own family tree if you want. That'll be great. All right. Now coming to the next page, there's a little exercise here that you can do it on your own. I'll leave it for you to do it. I want you to concentrate on this blue box that is given here on the top of the page at the right hand corner. Les verbes en ER. Now we've all done verbs. We have done the ER verbs. We've done the IER verbs. And the first verbs that we have done, the first category is the the ER verbs. That is the first group verbs. And you all know the pattern of the conjugation of the ER verbs. So I'll not repeat it here now. We'll do the conjugation of all the verbs in various categories and groups later on in some separate video, but this I know everybody knows. ER verbs, first group verbs, you cut the ER, add E, ES, EONS, EZ, ENT. So the verb is given to you here. You can practice a few more verbs related to the first group, and here are alphabets. I'll put a separate video for the pronunciation of the French alphabets, and you can check that out. I'll send it to you. And then at the end there are these numbers along with the number names. So again a separate video will be made on the pronunciation of the numbers along with the number names, and you can check that out. Right, so I have explained the entire chapter here. Only this page is left. I'll do that for you. All right, now in this peach box that you can see, personne et numéro de téléphone. Numéro de téléphone is basically the telephone number. So now in France, the telephone number is spoken or told in a different manner. It is told in groups of 2 numbers, right? So if you can see the number that is given, it has a dot after 2 numbers. So 01, then 68, then 56, then 41, then 20. So I'll just read out one phone number for you so that you understand what I mean. Now, if, for example, I have to give the phone number of Hans, which is the first name, I would give the number as 1, then 68, 56, 41, 20. Then the second person is Sylvie, so the phone number of Sylvie is 4, 33, 19, 11, and 91, right? So similarly, you have to give the phone numbers in doubles, in 2 pairs, right? So you can practice this And the last thing that is coming up is prepare ta fiche d'identité. Fiche d'identité means your identity card. So your identity card has all your personal details. If you look at this box carefully, there's a box that is made inside this box at the right hand corner which says colle ta photo. The word colle is it means to paste. So paste your photo. So obviously your identity card should have your photograph on the right hand corner. Then there are these descriptions that have to be filled. First is nom. Again, I've told you previously, nom is basically your surname. So you put your surname in this column. Then prénom. Prénom is your name. Date de naissance. Date de naissance is your date of birth. Address, your address, whatever it is, whether it is from India or anywhere else. Numéro de téléphone. Numéro de téléphone, again your phone number. But then you have to remember, when you make your identity card in French, you have to write the number in pairs of 2 and put a dot after it, right? So similarly. And courriel. Courriel is your, it's written wrong here, otherwise courriel is your email ID. All right, so in your identity card at the end you write your email ID, right? So this is all in chapter 1. I've explained everything to you. Go through this module 2-3 times. You'll be able to understand. This is only based on the previous concepts of class 7th and 8th, nothing much, right? So that's all for this video. I'll be posting videos for pronunciation of alphabets and number names, and you can check that out. And the next video will be posted soon. Till then, happy quarantine, and do like the video if you have really liked it. Share it with your friends for their benefit, and do subscribe to my channel if you haven't for more interesting videos. All right, see you. Au revoir.